I had to vote for Luffy and Zoro in the popularity poll today, man. It had to be done. It had to be done. You know, every single day, I make exceptions for certain characters. Like I voted for Luffy multiple times. I voted Monster Trio multiple times, Nami multiple times, like Yamato multiple times, Hancock multiple times. But you know, like most of the time, at least one, because I have multiple different like things like my computer, my phone, my brother votes. So like there's multiple different votes coming out my house every single day, right? So I always want to use one for whatever I want. So let's just say I'm in the mood for the King Luffy vote. He always already had like 10 votes. And then the other one for like a special vote that I haven't, for a character I haven't voted for yet. So like a Wiper, Paulie, you know, stuff like that. Just characters that I want to vote for, just to at the very least put their name on the ballot and stuff like that, right? Aside from my favorite characters. So I've been doing that, and today I was like, screw it. I have to spend both votes on characters that that I've already voted for several times. Luffy and Zoro, I have to get the vote, man. What is good, everybody? We are here for the afterthoughts for chapter 1002. And listen, yo, shout out to the Discord, man. Shout out to the Discord. And shout out to Cupboard, the GOAT, man. Because listen, bro. I did not catch this on my first initial read of this chapter. I knew the stance looked familiar, but I thought I was just tripping. You know, I thought I was just tripping because watching the anime, you get to see certain angles in certain ways. It's like, oh, maybe I'm just tripping. But no, it was confirmed to me, and I went back and reread the entire fight just to make sure in this legendary volume back into the Bark for chapter 300 and... No, this is 467, right? This is chapter 467. I just want to double check, you know, don't want to give y'all the wrong information. Chapter 467, Zoro versus Ryuma, which, by the way, look at this amazing. Look at my boy NL, dog. But regardless, towards the end of the chapter, the final finishing blow was, in fact, one sword style flying dragon blaze. The same technique that he utilized against Kaido today that almost took off his head was the same one that he used at the very end of his fight against Ryuma. How dope is that, bro? Like, seriously, how dope is that? That Oda took the creative liberties to include a technique that we don't see that often. And the most iconic use of that technique was against Ryuma. The use of that technique was against the character who, an arc that initially showcased just how excited we should be for Wano, with Ryuma, with his blade, with Gecko Moria talking about Kaido and the fact that Kaido took out his entire crew. Like, this arc set up so many things for Wano and had us excited for Wano for years. So to have him use this same technique that he used against Ryuma, now against Kaido, and the fact that that technique was so strong that it forced Big Mom to yell with her whole chest, Kaido, you need to dodge this, bro. I saw a comment, or it was one of the, I saw a lot of funny comments on the latest video, but one of the ones that has to take the cake was, it was like, Big Mom told the Kaido, dodge, Kaido, say you want to live. Like, yo, son, listen, you gotta get out of there, man. You have to use some sort of means to dodge that attack at whatever means necessary, bro. You know what I mean? And then I saw a couple other comments that said that Zoro, that his attack got lost along the way. I was like, yo, y'all are tripping, man. Y'all are tripping. It's just great stuff. See, it's that type of stuff. Why I love doing YouTube for comments like that, man. I was dying of laughter the whole day. It was just a day of a lot of laughter and a day of absolute hype, and it's still not over. It is still not over, man. The hype just continues to grow. And so I just wanted to go through and look back at this chapter, man, once again. And I'm not even that far removed from it, but I was like, dude, I gotta sit back down and just soak it all in once more, bro. Let's look back on this wonderful and magnificent chapter. And thank you to everyone who pointed out so many different things that I missed. Like, for example, with Big Mom, that might not actually be Prometheus that was down in front of Kid, that in fact, whenever whenever she started utilizing this, like Shiva's wrath and the lightning started going all over the place, every single piece of lightning, or every lightning bolt that comes down, might be coming down from like a homie. So like all of them are each individual homies, and I found that to be very fascinating, because that's dangerous. That's a threat level. And Big Mom, just in general in this chapter, was, I think this might have been the best showcasing that we've gotten from Big Mom in terms of actual in-battle combat. I mean, it was just insane how she was smiting cats. I mean, smiting Killer after Killer went out and utilized one of the coolest looking techniques that we've seen in the arc so far, in the Sonic Scythe. And then proceeds to smite Zoro right after he missed that legendary technique. So it's like, Big Mom right now, even though everyone else's attention is on Kaido, because of course Kaido is the one, he's the world's strongest creature. They know how powerful Kaido is, you know, considering that Kid already fought against the dude before. Law has been sweating under Doflamingo, who Doflamingo sweats under Kaido, you know what I mean? So like, Law just knows. Luffy doesn't sweat anyone, but he's heard, you know, he already fought Kaido once. He knows what the business is. But Big Mom, and a threat that is like on an equal, like let's just say if it was the DEFCONs, they would both be on the highest level DEFCON threat for both of them. So like, they're in that same tier, they're in that same category. And so I'm so glad that Big Mom within this chapter showcased like, yo, you just ain't gotta pay attention to him, you gotta pay attention to me too, because I'm Charlotte Linlin, I'm a Yonko, and you better put respect on my name. And you know, she really went all out in this chapter, or not necessarily all out, but she showed out is probably a better way to describe that. And like, just the different techniques that she was utilizing, you know, really using the elements to the best of her ability. It was really cool to see those lightning attacks. Like, lightning attacks always in general always look really cool, especially when they're executed really well. But in this chapter in particular, just seeing the whole, like, that double spread showcasing the Shiva's wrath and then the cloud, which I want to say it was Zeus, right, that started up the entire thing. But once again, going off of several comments, it could have been a combination of Zeus and some homies, or just the homies. Like, who knows, right? But I'm going to assume it was Zeus and the homies, you know, letting out this attack. And so just seeing that visual of like the lightning going down and it piercing and going through, smiting, and it was a really cool visual. And so shout out to Big Mom. Shout out to Big Mom for showing out in this chapter. But the two characters for me that showed out the most in this chapter were Luffy and Zoro, man, bar none. And Law, Kid, and Killer all had extremely fun moments. Law in particular. When you state what you're gonna say, my man was talking trash. You know, he pulled I've heard people say that Larry Bird used to do this in the NBA. That he would just go up to dudes and be like, yo, I'm gonna shoot this three in your face. And he would do it, you know? And that's basically what Law did. Law last chapter was like, hey, like, Kaido, I'm gonna let you know right now, bro. I'm gonna hit you from the inside. I'm gonna strike your heart, but that's gonna be the end of it. Like, that's just gonna be it. You're not gonna be able to stop that. And I love how Law's trash talk was 100% warranted, and the fact that he actually did use his gamma knife within this chapter, you know, right next to the scar, which I'm going to assume is somewhere near his heart. I mean, Law has to know. So he utilized that. But let's go back and look through this chapter once again, man. I just find this first portion so raw, bro. In the fact that Kaido uses the same technique that was poning scabbards. Like I said, it took off one of Kiku's arms. And Kiku is no joke. Kiku is, without question, a formidable fighter. So the fact that that attack did so much damage to the scabbards and Kiku, it's like, listen, man, this attack's no joke. And it's coming from Kaido, so nothing coming from Kaido is no joke, right? So Kid comes in. He gets one of the pieces of his massive Gundam taken off, and he's like, yo, big deal. It's made of junk. Like, who gives a flying flag, nards? I could just, you know, create some more junk and get this thing packing and ready to go up in like swimwear. But the best showcase, right? This man Zoro, bro, and I'm still stressing he has the bandana out, dude. Still stressing. Getsuga Tensho comes in, and this man Zoro just looks at it. He just looks at it for a couple seconds. He's like, you want to hit me with this? You dare disrespect me with this? And it's like in slow motion. He just says, and swipes that thing towards some random like mountain or mini crater thing created here on top of Onigashima. He just bah that thing out of here. Like, you want to hit me with that? You better come at me with all you got. Don't disrespect me. And his facial expression. I mean, Zoro in this chapter was nasty, way too nasty. And then his captain, he was playing no games his entire chapter. And what I love so much about this, going back from chapter 1000, is that he's continued to keep that same energy. He's like, look, man, last time we fought, I went up in your grill and you whooped me. 100%, you whooped me. You know, he's admitted that to himself and to other people. Like, yo, I lost, took the L. But next time, it's game time. And he spent that entire time that he was in Udon preparing himself for this day. He spent that entire time mentally and physically preparing himself for the time when he would actually be able to take on Kaido. And so when we saw him utilize the Red Rock in the way that he did, I mean, smacking Kaido. And one of my favorite things about that scene is it was almost a picture-perfect match with the chapter 922 cliffhanger whenever he came down with the elephant gun and just smacked the ever-loving Flagnards out of Kaido in a very similar way. But this time, the Red Rock did legit damage from the inside out to Kaido. Not just sobering him up. I'm talking damage. And then right after that, continuing the onslaught coming on from the King. Like, the King is playing no games. And right now with his mastered Gear Fourth. Gear Fourth right now is mastered, bro. I don't care. This man, at this point in time, has full-blown mastery over Gear Fourth. He's out here, he's wheeling and dealing, zooming, he's going in. Goes in, it's the Kong rifle. I saw a comment both on the channel and in the Discord. Actually, All Powerful God NL posted this in the Discord that said, like, had them side by side. And so he had the Kong rifle and then the first Gomu Gomu no pistol from chapter 1. And it looks side by side. It almost looks like the same panel, just one in Gear Fourth and then one base form Luffy. And it's a really cool comparison. And so when I saw that, I was like, genius. You know, he's still out here slapping fish. Luffy's still slapping fish from chapter 1 and chapter 1002, as he should. And so, really nice tag team action right here. This is the reason why I put the initial thumbnail for the reaction as Dwayne Wade and LeBron, because, you know, they were just out here during that era, just alley-ooping, you know, wheeling, dealing, like they were just doing their thing as a legendary duo together. And so I really love the scene with Luffy punching him so hard, his face goes. It's like towering back. It's like, yo, he got rocked. You know what I mean? And so while he's falling back, Kid gets under him and hits him with his German suplex. You know, Gibson slam, and falls him like, I'm talking Kurt Angle style, just boom, and it makes him fall on his right on his back. And what I love so much about this is that I feel like, I don't know if it's just Kid doing whatever it is that he can. But, like, we look at this from the perspective of Kid, right? Kid saw what happened in chapter 795. He knows that Kaido is an individual whose durability is probably the highest out of anybody in the entire series. I mean, he saw my man literally fall from the sky and land right in front of him. And not only did he land in front of him, he landed all the way into, like, the core when he landed, too. And he came up and he just rubbed his head and was like, yo, let's get down to business. So this into his Gundam form here, right? And he utilizes a slam, a punch, whatever it is. How, like, let's just say he goes in with just a regular one of his own, you know, whenever he brings out all the metal, creates his Mega Man arm, and goes in and punches, right? I wonder how much it's amplified whenever he's in this particular state, especially in the way that it just looks menacing. But in terms of it dealing out a blow, I wonder if within this state, maybe it's because of the of it being like taller or just being like more built or whatever. But whenever he goes in for a slam, is it like amplified by 10 because it is coming down with the force of the weight by all that metal? Am I led to believe what that is? Because you see when he slams him into the ground, it causes, like, look at all this debris coming in. And granted, it's because Kaido's probably extremely heavy, but still. Like, just the fact that he's able to do this, I do believe that because of his control over the metal and his control over the state, you know, over his Gundam, It's gotta be that when he's coming down with that amount of force, it's legit. Like it's not only weight, but it's speed. Like because it's so much weight coming down. It's wakata, German suplex style. So maybe that's what it is, as to why like this technique just looked like it would just dealt a heavy amount of damage, or it was just in the way that Oda drew it. But it looked like a devastating attack. But at the same time, it almost seemed like, it honestly, it feels like everything is a devastating attack against Kaido, and then he just gets up and brushes it off. But regardless, then after that, you get some really raw lines, like I never dissected a dragon before, but the heart's got to be somewhere on here, Gamma Naifu. I mean, just nice, really, really nice. And Kaido even brings up like the possibility or the like his own strength here, and like, yo, man, like you guys think you can counter my durability? Do you know who I am? Go back and reread 795. See what they said about me. See how the narrator hyped your boy up, and you still think that you're gonna be able to do anything? And it's just nuts. Oh, killer, bro. This technique, and shout out to this comment. This comment states that Sonic Scythe, more than likely, is a technique that sends vibrations throughout your body in the same way that Fishman Karate would, and how Apu's moves are as well. And when I read that, it made so much sense as to why in the following panel it looked like he was damaged by this by so much. Why? Because Sonic Scythe is an attack that's going to hit you from the exterior and go right into your insides. And if that vibration is moving as fast as it looks like it's moving, ooh, that's dealing heavy damage on the inside. So shout out to Killer. Really nice technique. This is one of those attacks that I can't wait to see in the anime. In the anime, this attack is going to look nuts, dude. It's going to look... This entire chapter is going to be nuts in the anime, but this is Sonic Scythe. Sonic Scythe is filthy, really awesome technique. And so he goes on top of his head, and this is whenever we get to see the Indra. I'm talking smite. Kya! Sends Killer going all the way down to the ground. I mean, just... When Big Mom hit this and declared, like, yo, I'm on the way, flaming Napoleon in one hand, she's just like, yeah, ready to go for the next somewhere. It was nuts. There'll be no escape for anyone under the heavens. And I love just, the interaction between them afterwards. Like, yo, these brats are tougher than expected. Like, yo, we're working, we're dealing out here. And they're still coming back at us like there's nothing happening. Like, they haven't even gotten into the actual groove of the fight yet. And they're already putting respect on their names. Like, that's how you can tell that what they're doing right now is really impressive to not only us as the fans, but to them. And in terms of being emperors, so they're like, yo, if we team up, we're beating anyone. And the fact that these 5 from the new generation are putting in this amount of work on them, gotta put some respect on their name. Luffy comes in with the Okada and AJ Styles dropkick. Love this technique so much. With the Rhino Schneider. This man, Kaido's, he goes, Kameha. What follows is without a doubt either this or the final panel. It was my favorite portion of this chapter, bro. This jump was nuts. Zoro goes in and is like, yo, boost me up. Boost me up. You know what I mean? Blast breath. And Zoro cuts the flames in half, dude. I think I can see this visual. I've already seen it once with Prometheus. But seeing it again with a blast breath and just the way that this panel is structured and like the way that it's angled, man, dude, it's such a cool looking slash, dude. It's literally this man slashing to an entire beam and cutting it right down the middle, forcing it to be like, nah, you ain't here, you're there. Like, I'm splitting you in two, son. There's nothing you can do about it. Not as long as I'm here. Like, it's so nasty, man. It's Zoro. And what I love also about it is the fact that Zoro does it in order to protect the king. You know, he's like, yo, as long as I'm right here and in the ability to take y'all on, y'all ain't hitting my boy. Big Mom already tried it. And you want to try it too? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are, bruh? Like, you just saw it in Prometheus. Blast breath, get it out of here. Zoro greatness. And Luffy's even like, yo, again, bro? I love you. Then he comes in with the one sword style, and Big Mom is stressing, dude. Big Mom is sweating hard. She is sweating hard, bro. Kaido, dodge. Dodge it. Dodge this, dog. Like, if you don't dodge it, it's gonna be bad. This is going to be a situation that you're not going to be able to easily get out of in terms of, like, listen, man, I understand that your durability is out of this world, but not for that attack. She was stressing the attack. She was like, us knowing full well how insane Kaido's durability is. Big Mom probably knowing that better than anyone. And even she was like, oh, Kaido. Not that one. Like, play it around with all the other ones. Like, all the other attacks, you good. Watch out for that one. That sword is no joke, son. This man is no joke. Yo, the hype for this scene. Like, man, Zoro's attributes right now are like plus 9999999 across the board, man. When the bandana goes on, it's already to that level. But when you add Enma on top of that, it even has Big Mom shook. It even has bro, I love this so much, man. Like, I can't even get to tell y'all. The fact that Big Mom and Kaido are legit sweating over the captain and vice captain of our crew, bro. Like, they are sweating so hard over Luffy and Zoro. Like, Luffy last chapter, Big Mom was like, yo, like, Kaido, you good? Like, you good, bro? He just got rocked by the king. And now in this chapter to say, what? Yo, this man Zoro's coming on with the Omni Slash, like, yo, Kaido, spread. Like, spread at all costs. Say you want to live, bro. Just get out of it. Like, no, dodge that attack at all costs. And we get to see exactly what it would have done. And I love this visual so much that it really does showcase that if this would have hit Kaido, that horn would have been off. At least the horn was coming straight off like butter. Like butter, bro. This man obliterates one of the horns of the skull of Onigashima. I mean, just straight up just, yeah. Nasty. Greatness of the Flying Dragon Blaze. And Kaido's like, why is Odin's aura coming out of that thing, bro? Like, what's going on? And then Big Mom taking advantage of the situation is like, yo, we got to get rid of that guy for now. Smite him and set him down into the ground. But for sure, for both him and Killer, this is not even close to the end of their battle up here. So looking forward to seeing how they bounce back and rebound from that situation. And then it's straight up a battle between the big three and Kaido and Big Mom. More specifically here, Big Mom goes down with the Heavenly Dominion. Such a nice technique. You know, it just sounds cool. It looks cool. This visual of having both Kaido and Big Mom in the air as like the skies are behind them, the lightning shaking. I mean, it's just an incredible visual, bro. Just incredible. And I love how Big Mom even says, like, yo, you're all sitting ducks out there. Like, man, I don't expect y'all to do anything. Like, just watch this, be a part of it, and take it. Take what's about to go down, because you ain't gonna stop it. But she skipped Skypiea. She skipped Skypiea, and therefore, she did not know what was about to take place. You see, she went right down as Luffy popped up in front of both of them and was like, yo, weren't you just hit by my lightning? And Luffy's like, lightning? Lightning? Not effective. Not effective in the slightest. What is that thing in Pokemon? Whenever it says that this thing was not effective, that move was not effective. Not on me, son. I'm made of rubber. And I love that callback back to Skype and just the series in general with him being made of rubber. It was just really, really nice. He's in the stance, ready to go up and like swimmer. Big Mom looks mad shook when she looks at Luffy as Luffy says, you're going to pay for going after Zoro and the others. And then right as Big Mom is mad shook and Luffy's charging up an attack, Kaido goes in with a blast breath. Luffy tanks it. He takes it in one of the rawest moments in the chapter, bro. Right up there with the Zoro moment. Those moments were so raw, bro. This man tanks it. Kaido's like, so now you got a trick for this fire too? Like, you're gonna say you're fire resistant? And Luffy's like, nah. I just got guts, bro. I'm the king. So stop this. Goes in and he just decks him. I'm talking Gomu Gomu no Gatalinga! Kong Gatling. What an amazing chapter, an amazing way to finish such an action-heavy chapter. I mean, across the board, so many awesome techniques utilized from all five. Everyone got their time to shine. Every single person was involved with this, had their time to shine. Killer went in. Zoro showed out, dude. Yo, I mean, the hype for Zoro was already high, and now it's even higher because we got to see it with our own two eyes. As Yonko are shaking over my man's strength, you know what I mean? Zoro showed out. Law with that amazing line, dude. Gamma knife, Super cool to see that, and comedic things from him as well. Killer, definitely hoping to continue to see more from him, man. The Gundam is going in, but we got to see more from the Gundam coming in strong. Dude, it'll be really cool if he continues to build up on this form and can even utilize even more of the metal and things that are going on around here to see some more really awesome attacks from this one, because that tag team attack between him and Luffy this week was a ton of fun, man. Just a really nice panel. That double spread was really, really good. And then, of course, the King, man. The King showed out on every standpoint. I mean, from the dialogue, my man was spitting. And then he came out with 3 attacks. Kong Rifle had kind of like, yo. Rhino Schneider had kind of like, yo. And I'm going to assume now that Count Gatling's going to have a more than just yo. And my dude's going to be like, all right. My dude's got to be, like, thinking to himself, dog, this is too much. Like, I got to do something about this, man. So can't wait for the counterattack whenever that starts taking place. I don't know if that'll be next chapter or a little farther down the line. But regardless, another amazing action chapter. All of this stuff, when it gets animated, is going to end up being downright legendary. I'm super excited. The hype is real for the future of this story. And shout out to Onigashima for continuing to just get better and better as chapters progress. And this Wano Saga special, bro. It really, really is. Once again, a massive thank you to everybody in the comment section for providing insight and for letting me know about certain things so that we can have this afterthoughts and talk about this greatness, man. But I will see y'all next time. Let me know what y'all thought about this chapter. And if you didn't have any different thoughts than you did on the reaction that you want to share, then share those with me as well, man. I'll see y'all next time. Let me know who you guys are voting for in the popularity poll. I already told you my vote for today. Definitely had to go for Luffy and Zoro. But tomorrow, I mean, depending on my mood, we'll see what happens. I'm trying to, like I said, vote for like one favorite and then one out there random, whatever, right? So we'll see what happens. But everybody's an awesome day. Take care. This has been The Afterthoughts, and I'll see y'all next time.